High snap, play action, Nichols underneath, caught, gets away from one tackler, gets away from two tacklers, down the sidelines, one man to beat, stutter step, getting away to the end zone, number 8, Dylan Talley, touchdown, Bowie.
Robertson in motion, Craven's back to pass, goes across the middle, Ghostin holds it in, he's gonna go to the touchdown, to the house, Cravens to Ghostin, Colt, touchdown!
As a tight end, pulls a guard, Bauer finds the hole, follows the pulling guard, cuts outside, bounces outside to the 20, 10, 15, 5, touchdown, Bowers, touchdown, Bowie!
And folks, we have history at Haltom. Danny Bustamante has just pitched a no-hit, no-run, no-walk shutout. A perfect game for Danny Bustamante.
Rios looks at Alvarado and turns home. It's going to that left field gap. That's a base hit. Here comes Axel Alvarado. The Colts are going to take the lead in the top of the 7th on the base hit by Gannon Howard. Burkle out of position. They've got to pass, and they've got to go! Patomeco with the pass. Mirario has a bit of a look. Shot on goal, and he gets it in! Two tight end set here as we go to the left-hand side with B.J. Rogers. Rogers is into the second level. B.J. Rogers to midfield. One man trying to catch up to him, but he will not. Number 6 in for 6. That will do it.
This broadcast is under intellectual property and may not be repurposed or reproduced without express written consent. Enjoy this presentation from Zach Arnold Productions. Energetic Media Solutions.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Are you a small business owner looking for reliable insurance coverage? Or perhaps you're navigating the complexities of Medicare? Look no further. Chapman Cornelius Insurance Services is a family-owned, independent insurance agency with over 50 years of experience with tailored insurance solutions for small businesses and their owners. Whether you need home and auto, business insurance, or individual or group medical, Chapman Cornelius has knowledgeable agents who will help you select just what you need. Call April Chapman or Jason Ott at 817-265-3346.
out here today. You know what I'm saying? Not sure whether I was going to wear a long sleeve or a short sleeve.
Yeah, it'll be a nice day to wear some long sleeve. It'll be a nice day to wear long sleeves or short sleeves. It beautiful weather. Next week we have rain in the forecast, so it's gonna be interesting for us. We're gonna step aside real quick and see what the audio issues are here. We'll bring you back. Oh, I can hear myself now, so it looks like the audio is working. We are good, good to go. Cam, I couldn't hear you. You couldn't hear me. I guess. I guess the people couldn't hear us, but we're good to go now. I can hear myself through the YouTube
Yeah,
stream.
that was some good banner they missed.
Yeah, we missed all the good talking. All right, let's go ahead and try this again, folks. This is the Chapman Cornelius pregame show. I can hear myself. Cam can hear himself. I hope the people at home can hear me. Thank you, Zach, for giving me the extra ear that I didn't know I was missing. So we'll go ahead and introduce the lineups again for the Volunteers. Batting first, Jackson Turner. Behind him will be Jose Martinez. He's playing second. In the third spot, Christian Uribe. He's on the hot corner playing third. Batting fourth and pitching, Ramon Ortega. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Darian Brown. Batting sixth, Andrew Vega. He is playing short. He was the winning pitcher from Tuesday's game against the Haltom Buffaloes. Batting seventh, Raul Sanchez. He is behind the plate catching. Batting eighth, the first baseman, the young Zion Sturchill. And batting ninth, Isaiah Piper. He's in left field. As we get ready for the national anthem, we're going to step aside real quick. Let's listen to the anthem and be right back with the Buffaloes lineup after this. As the national anthem is played over the intercom, let's go ahead and talk about the Haltom Buffaloes. On the mound for the Buffaloes will be Gavin Shipp. He is going to be playing evenly on the mound for the Buffaloes against this dangerous Volunteers lineup who scored 13 runs on Tuesday. Cameron, what are you expecting out of young Mr. Shipp that he's going to have to be looking towards?
Well, he's got a great leadoff hitter in Matthew Turner to deal with. Not Matthew Turner, but Jackson.
Both teams have a Turner starting
I know,
leading
that's
off.
what I'm saying. Yeah, I meant to say Jackson Turner, right?
And playing center field.
Right at the beginning there. He's going to have to deal with Jackson right off the bat, and in the third and fourth hole, he's got Christian Uribe, and then also Roman Ortega, like you mentioned, on the mound. He's going to be looking to help himself in that cleanup spot. So those first four batters, Josue Martinez as well is a really good hitter. So, that top of that lineup, he's going to have to see what he can do in that top of the lineup. And then he's got a couple of speedsters down there, like Darian and Isaiah, that if they get on base, they're problems.
Yeah, they got a lot of speed out there. Let's go ahead and talk about the defense behind him. So his battery mate, Cannon Wallace, will be behind the plate. He's not batting tonight. He is just catching. At first, Jose Arriaga, he was the pitcher from Tuesday. He ended up getting the loss. All kind of resulted starting off with a shot that hit him in the ankle, and then everything kind of spiraled downhill for him, and that loss for the Buffaloes. At second, Daniel Vallejo. At third, the hot corner, Orlando Reyes. Playing short, Daniel Castro. Out in the outfield, left field, Ethan Salinas. In center field, Matthew Turner. So we have two Turners playing center field, both leading off for their respective teams.
They tried to trick me there.
They tried to trick Cameron. They already got him. And out there in right field, Landon Nelson. That is your defense for the Haltom Buffaloes. As we see our Jackson Turner, our Bowie Volunteer Turner, number 5, out here ready, taking some practice swings, watching Gavin Shipp warm up for the Buffaloes. And we're looking at a good day of baseball here. It is. Weather-wise, well, my watch says it's 10 degrees Celsius because my watch isn't hooked up to my phone yet, but it's a beautiful 75-degree day
That's
outside.
what I'm saying.
We got the breeze coming in. We're in the shack, as we call it.
A balmy 75.
Balmy 75. It feels more like 84.
Yeah, I seen them out there taking infield practice, and we seeing a little bit of turf here over in Haltom.
Yeah, Haltom Field. Haltom High School
Yeah.
has turf. None of the Arlington schools have turf, but that was part of the bond that they are trying to get past to get turf going. We are right here next to the Volunteers dugouts. You can hear a lot of volunteers as we go. And as we get ready for this first pitch, the first pitch is going to be presented to you after the pitch comes by our sponsor. First pitch, low, ball one. And that first pitch was brought to you by Pipe and Peak. Oh, that first pitch was brought to you by Modern West Windows and Doors. As we open up this game, open up your home to new possibilities with Modern West Windows and Doors. They present our first pitch as Jackson Turner is looking at a ball two. So a quick 2-0 count to Jackson Turner. Behind him is Josue Martinez, the second baseman, and standing right in front of me, the hot corner man, the guy that gets going, Christian Uribe. 2-0, that's low, 3-0. So Gavin Shipp's already 3-0 count to Jackson Turner leading off the game for the Volunteers.
Yeah, he's already in a batter's count. I think Jackson will be taking here.
He is taking not only ball four, but first base, and that's going to start the game off for the Volunteers. A 4-pitch walk.
Yeah, I'm sure he wasn't looking for that. Shipp was not looking to start off the game in that fashion. You know what I'm saying? 4 pitches, 4 balls. That's especially not what he was looking for. You know, putting a base runner on this early, right off the top of the game. Let's see if he settles down and gets into a rhythm.
See if he settles down. As Josue Martinez, the second baseman, is going to step into the batter's box. First, we're going to have a pitch out to Jackson Turner. Jackson Turner, as you and I both know, he's dangerous with those legs out there.
Oh, man, he usually gets a stolen base here in this situation.
He's going to have a good lead off of first base. Gavin Shipp's on the mound. He's going to check on Jackson. First pitch to Josue. That ball's going to be bunted high and out of play.
Yeah, they're trying to manufacture a run here. Coach Johnson is real early on.
Coach Johnson's out there coaching first base. Coach Crowder's at the third base coaching box for these Volunteers, coming off of a 13-0 win over the Buffaloes on Tuesday. And they got the win, they got the surprising win last Thursday over the Arlington Colts at Bowie High School.
Yeah, I was there for that game. Well, for the first one.
For the first one. As a pitch out over to Turner, back in time safely. Jackson had double-digit stolen bases last year for the Volunteers. One of multiple seniors that are on this team. He was part of the team last year that was in the playoffs for the Volunteers. We're trying to get back there again. As Jackson's going to take off, that ball's going to be bunted. It is going to bunt foul.
Yeah, you might want to pay attention to that.
It hung up there too for a moment.
He want to pay attention to that as Josue didn't lay it down. He popped it up again. That's the second one, so he's got 2 strikes here.
0-2 count to Josue Martinez. That could be dangerous too.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Jackson needs to pay attention out there because he was already stealing.
As he's going to take the steal on this one, the pitch out, he is going to get in safely. So ball one, 1-2 count, and Jackson's already on second.
Without a throw. That's what's up.
Cannon Wallace had to slide out there to prevent that ball. Deep backstop here at Haltom High School. Players are getting loud and rowdy.
Oh, that hits him.
Ooh, that was painful. You can hear the thump from
that
here.
was a thud, wasn't it?
As the players here in front of us say thank you to Gavin Shipp. Coming up to bat for the Volunteers, batting third, Christian Uribe. And this is where you get the party started.
This is where the party starts, right here.
This is when you have a good DJ with 2 good turntables, and he knows how to mix 90s R&B to some electro.
You know, when I look at Christian, he looks like a classic third baseman with a big bat.
He does. He's very, very, very Albert Pujols-esque out there. Young Pujols that played third base. As he hits that one, it's going to be fielded by the shortstop. Over to second and over to first for a double play. First pitch to Christian Uribe is a 4-6-3 double
I mean, at least he moved the runner over. That's a plus.
That is true. Jackson's now standing at third with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Ramon Ortega. Roman.
Yeah, Roman
Roman
Ortega.
Ortega. I always say Ramon. Sorry.
You know, I've actually every time I see him, he comes up with a pretty big hit in this spot. That's probably why they got him in the cleanup position because he is a big hitter up there, and in that righty stance.
Big hitter. Cleanup spot here for Ramon Ortega with a runner on third. 2 outs in the first pitch to Ortega. The ball's going to get away from Callan Wallace, who chases it down but gets back in time, gets there in time to keep Jackson Turner on third.
You know, that's something that we always try and take note of. That backstop is pretty deep. So if anything gets past him over there, or past Sanchez, that's probably going to be a score unless he gets back there pretty quickly.
As that ball is hit, it is out there towards right field. The right fielder is going to track it down, though, for out number 3, as the Volunteers are going to strand Jackson Turner on third. Going to the bottom of the first inning, the Volunteers are going to come up to have defense come out. The Buffaloes come up to bat in the bottom of the first. We'll be back on the other side of this commercial break, and I'll figure out what I'm doing because I'm slowly working my way back to being here.
Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home. When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Back to Haltom High School here for the bottom of the first inning, where the Buffaloes will come up to bat in a 0-0 game. The Volunteers ended up getting a runner to third, but stranding them after a double play and a fly out to end the top of the first. Here in the bottom of the first, we have Matthew Turner for the Buffaloes. He's playing center field. He's going to be leading off. Behind him, Ethan Salinas, the left fielder. Batting third, the pitcher, Gavin Shipp. Behind him in the cleanup spot, Orlando Reyes. He is playing the hot corner. Batting fifth, Jose Arriaga. He was the pitcher on Tuesday night. He is playing first base tonight. Batting in the sixth spot, Daniel Castro. He is playing short. In the seventh spot, the DH, Fernando Hernandez. Batting eighth, Daniel Vallejo. He is the second baseman, responsible for that double play. And then batting ninth, the right fielder, Landon Nelson. And on the mound, Roman Ortega.
Yeah. Well, that was you said Landon Nelson, and he was the one that made that last play out there. He tracked that. It was a hard hit ball. It was a hard hit shot to right field, and he went ahead and didn't move too much, but he had to catch it over his shoulder a little bit there to make that final out.
Had to catch it over the shoulder into the sun out there, setting behind us, but all the sun is kind of in the right field here at Haltom High School. For Ramon Ortega, who is on the mound, his battery mate will be Raul Sanchez. He is behind the plate. Playing first, Zion Sturgill. At second, Jose Martinez. At third, Christian Uribe. And at short, Andrew Vega. He was the pitcher who got the win on Tuesday night. Out in the outfield, the left fielder, Isaiah Piper. He's got a lot of speed. Next to him, just as fast, Jackson Turner playing center field. And in right field, Darian Brown with a face full of sun as the sun is setting in his direction. But Darian Brown, so they got a lot of speed out there, and the Volunteers do like to play short in the outfield because they have so much speed out there.
Yeah, I've seen Darian make a couple of plays out there in right field. So if something comes his way, I'm looking for something exciting to happen. I promise you that.
As Matthew Turner, the center fielder, is going to step into the batter's box, and he will be the first batter for the Haltom Buffaloes tonight against Roman Ortega. The first pitch, low and inside, ball one.
Both of these pitchers are starting out with some low pitches here.
1-0. Called strike there. Took a second. He got out of his stance. He couldn't get the arm unlocked.
Yeah.
You know that old age, when you get out there, you can't get the arm.
It was a little bit higher than the last pitch, but it was right knee high.
As that was a belt high fastball, and Turner took a big hack at it, came up empty, 1-2. Turner was swinging out for Watauga that way. As the 1-2 outside, 2-2. Sanchez get up, have to retrieve the ball. He tossed it backwards a little bit, trying to throw it forward.
Yeah, well, he threw it so hard it popped out of his mitt there. And Blue just kind of gave him a new ball.
2-2 count to number 2, Matthew Turner. As he is going down, strike 3, swung and missed. So strikeout number 1 on the night for Ortega. Get the K signs ready, because you might have a lot of them. As Ethan Salinas, number 11, is going to step into the batter's box. He's coming off of a night that wasn't really impressive on Tuesday. He had a lot of issues finding things going. He ended up getting on base, though, with a leadoff walk in Tuesday's loss. And his first pitch swinging there, he stepped ball foul down the right field line.
Yeah, that tends to mean that you're a little bit behind that fastball.
Righty-righty matchup here. 0-1 count to Salinas, number 11. Behind him is the pitcher Gavin Shipp in the on-deck circle. As the 0-1 misses there, 1-1. Comes back here with another dangerous fastball that he threw early to Turner that he got a big swing and miss on. There he goes. That ball is going to be hit. Fielded by Uribe. Soft ground ball. Fires to third hill, and that is out number 2. 5-3 put out. 2 quick outs here for the Volunteers defense as Gavin Shipp, the pitcher, is going to step up to the batter's box, number 24.
Well, this is what he's looking for, 3 up, 3 down. Throw a K in there, or 2.
Or 2.
Yeah, get his confidence up. Looks like he's got his fastball working. Overpower a couple of the hitters at the top of this lineup. Then he can start working on his his changeup.
As he found a changeup there that Shipp was not looking for. Swung on and missed. Strike 1.
Yeah.
As the Buffaloes are wearing the orange tops and black numbers, black letters, says Buff across the front, white pants, and Shipp has orange cleats.
Jordans on.
Orange Jordans, thank you. I couldn't figure out what shoes they were.
There's some Jordans.
As the 1-1 is going to be found down the first base line. So quick 1-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first to the pitcher Gavin Shipp.
Yeah, Michael had made those for football a couple years back, and then they expanded out into the baseball cleats. So a couple of these players wear them.
Whoops. It looks like he's going to be wearing them back to the dugout. He's going to be struck out there. 2 strikeouts in the top of the first inning for Ramon Ortega. And we're going to go to the top of the second. On the other side of this break, this is Volunteer Baseball presented to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll be right back.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades. And they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the top of the second we go, and we are going to go to our new sponsors. They sponsor all of our second innings, and it's Pipe and Peak Plumbing. Call Caleb Renfro if you need cast iron replacement specialist, 817-807-7069. They've been serving the Arlington area for over 16 years. Our second inning sponsors, Pipe and Peak. And looking down the pipe here for the Volunteers, will be the 5, 6, 7 guys in the lineup. The speedy Darian Brown, he'll be batting first. Behind him, Andrew Vega and Raul Sanchez, all due up here in the top of the second. As Gavin Shipp is taking a few more warm-up throws on the mound for the Buffaloes. He got out of a dangerous inning thanks to a double play ball by Christian Uribe, the third baseman.
Well, that's what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? You need to throw hittable balls when you get behind in the lineup. And, in the count here, and and depend on your defense to make a play for you, which the Haltom City Buffaloes did for him.
And that's one thing that they couldn't do on Tuesday when they got to the third inning. The ship was playing first base. There's a lot of balls that were thrown not on a line to the first baseman either. He had to scoop into the dirt to get it, or he had to reach for it, resulting in a lot of errors on the infield. Then single after single after single bounced off of those errors, and it led to a tailspin for the Buffaloes.
Yeah.
So they're looking to make up for it after that big first inning.
Well,
How Tuesday was.
well, that was what Arriaga did. He had a scoop on that double play that saved that double play on him.
As the lefty Darian Brown looks at a ball low and outside for ball one. I believe every pitcher so far for the Volunteers has looked at a 1-0 count to start this game off from Ship. So he's having a hard time early to find his location. The 1-0 misses inside. 2-0.
I think the only hitter that did actually go on the first pitch was Uribe, which see, not in a negative way. He saw what he liked, and in the third hole, he's trying to get that RBI.
Yeah, he had a runner.
You want a hitter to hit.
As a 2-0, it's going to be outside. It's going to get away from Cannon Wallace. Back to the backstop 3-0. Like you said, Uribe, he saw something he liked on the first pitch. And oftentimes, I'm not a big advocate of first pitch swinging.
Right.
But with no outs, you might as well take the chance. But it resulted, like you said, in a double play.
Right. And then Ortega, he came up. I think he took maybe one or two pitches. But he hit the ball hard to, like I said, right field over there to Nelson. And Nelson just happened to make a play on it. I thought he was going to have a little trouble with it, to be honest with you.
I thought so, too, as Brown takes a pitch there to make it 3-1. So the count is 3-1 to Darian Brown, batting fifth in the lineup tonight. As he swings and misses on a good fastball. The counts ran full. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
He took a big cut at it. I thought he was going to connect. Let's see what he does with this full count.
Full count to 3-2. And that is outside, ball 4. Second walk of the, I guess, third walk of the night, because Martinez did get hit by a pitch.
Exactly.
Third walk of the night by Ship.
I'm sure that's not how he wanted this night to start. But, he's trying to keep it looks like he's trying to keep it out of the zone. He knows he's got a couple of hitters up here, so he wants to keep it out of the zone. Unfortunately, when he really needs it, he hasn't put it in the right spot.
This Buffalo team has a lot of young players that will be back next year. I got a chance to talk to Coach Howard about it before the game started. As you see, that is Vega who's going to drop down a bunt. Brown's going to speed over to second. That ball is over the head of Arriaga. Brown's going to get into third safely. Vega's going to get into second. And there's going to be a throw at the plate. Brown's going home. He is. Good throw by Arriaga to Cannon Wallace. Cannon Wallace had everything he needed and more to get Darian Brown there trying to score. Meanwhile, Vega's going to scoot into third after the play, but one away on a close bang play at home. All of that resulted on an E1. Eventually, on an E1 on a bunt, it would have been a fielder's choice if the throw was on time. Over the head of Arriaga. The runners went around. Brown was waved home. Wasn't able to get there in time after a throw from Arriaga home to Cannon Wallace. Now we have a runner on third and one away. Israel Sanchez is going to look at a ball inside that slides him off the plate.
I'll be honest with you, I think Coach might have held him up. But, we don't have a real good view over there. But he took it upon himself to round third and keep going.
Sanchez swings and misses that ball. It's foul tipped back into the umpire's mask.
Took a chance,
I think with you, we don't have the best anchor here. We're in the old PA box right next to the volunteer dugout, so you get a chance to hear all the volunteers next to us. And I don't know if Coach Grout had held him up. He might have. Brown took it out upon himself. It looked like he had enough room, but by the time Arriaga finally got that ball from under the gate,
he made a good throw.
Made a good throw on the line to Calvin Wallace, who just did a great job blocking the line. So now with a runner on third, so 1-1 count, one away here. So the Volunteers still have a chance to get this run on from third.
That was a good way for Andrew Vega to smart base running, actually.
As that's going to be called strike 2. So it's 1 ball, 2 strike count to Raul Sanchez. The first baseman, Zion Sturgill, is in the on-deck circle. First base on Monday, he hits that ball. Sanchez hits that ball up. It's going to be a pop fly. Ship's going to get under it. Looking into the glove for out number 2. I was getting ready to say Ship was playing first base and had a lot of scenarios like that at Bowie where Arriaga and then some of the other infielders from the Buffaloes were overthrowing the first baseman, and that's resulted in a lot of the runs in the third inning. They ended up scoring 6 that inning. So it was kind of a similar scenario to Tuesday, but the defense made up for it. As 2 away now after the F1. Zion Churchill, the first baseman, the young blood here is going to step into the batter's box. One of the guys I like to watch. As that ball's going to get past Cannon Wallace, it is going to be called a hit by pitch.
Oh, whoa.
They're going to say that hit him.
That's
That was
wild,
gonna-
because
that
looked like it was about to be a score on a pass ball.
Yeah, that ball had made it all the way back to the backstop before the umpire had called the hit by pitch, but it results in Zion getting on first base, and now Isaiah Piper's batting ninth. He's going to step up to 2 on and 2 out.
I've seen him put the ball in play.
He has a lot of pop on that bat.
He does have a lot of pop. I've seen him run some out. I've seen him with a lot of pop. So let's see what this situation brings, right?
With 2 outs here, he has really good speed. He might try to bunt in that run. 2 outs because the runners are being held up on the corners as Zion's back safely with the pitch out.
Yeah, he doesn't have a big lead over there, but
The
they
third
usually try and get that steal out of the way to negate that fielder's choice at second.
The third baseman for the Buffaloes is Orlando Reyes. He's playing way back as that ball is hit. It is going to be out towards right field. Nelson's going to call everybody off. He's going to look it into the glove. That is out number 3. The Volunteers strand 2 more. It's going to result in not scoring here in the top of the second. Going to the bottom of the second, the Volunteers and Buffalo still tied. 0-0. This is Volunteer Baseball. We'll be right back after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpas to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com.
Taqueria Taco Express is the official taqueria of Zach Arnold Productions, with locations in Arlington, Grand Prairie, Waxahachie, and a new location opening in Mansfield. Solving your Mexican food craving has never been easier. Visit them on Taco Tuesdays for their special 5 tacos and a large agua fresca for just $10. Find out more by visiting taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Back here to Haltom High School. The score still tied, 0-0, going to the bottom of the second. The Volunteers stranded 2 in the top of the second, but they had a chance to score as Darian Brown came around third, was gunned down on the play at the plate, resulting in the first out. And then after that, we thought we were going to get a potential run on the pass ball, but they ended up calling it a hit by pitch on Zion Sturchill, putting 2 men on, and then we had a fly out there with 2 on by Isaiah Piper to end the top of the second, and the Volunteer scoring threat. But now in the bottom of the second is the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Buffaloes: Orlando Reyes, Jose Arriaga, and Daniel Castro. As Reyes is going to step into the batter's box, the cleanup man for the Buffaloes. He's playing third, and he's ready to go against Ramon Ortega, who first pitch, fastball inside, but ball 1.
Square number 1 in the cleanup spot.
As the 1-0 comes back, good fastball, 1-1. Reyes went 0 for 2. He had a sac bunt on Tuesday, but other than that, he struck out back-to-back times in the loss on Tuesday to the Volunteers. As the 1-1 is hit fouled back to the net right behind home plate, 1-2. Reyes, after those 2 strikeouts, trying to change his day, hopefully a better Friday than what he had on Tuesday.
Well, he's not in a good spot right here with it being a pitcher's count, and Ortega already having 2 strikeouts.
And now that makes that 3 after he swings and misses. 3 strikeouts in his previous at-bats for Reyes, so he's having a hard time to go against these Volunteers. That's 3 strikeouts for Ortega tonight through 4 batters. As Arriaga is going to step into the batter's box. He was Tuesday's starting pitcher. He ended up getting the loss after giving up 5 hits, 3 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 6 runs. Some of that, though, was resulted off of a foul ball, a ball that hit him in the ankle. and then the defense behind him didn't help out. First pitch he sees is a called ball one.
It was that low fastball again, and the thing is Blue is calling it maybe a half inch higher.
As that ball is going to be hit, it is going to be out there to Jackson Turner, who's going to ring it in to the glove for out number 2. Me and Cameron both had to drop down here under this sign to see where it was going.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little tall, so I have to back up a little bit over here. It's not too bad. I still feel like I got a pretty good view. How about yourself?
We got a pretty good view. We're not bird's eye as we normally are. We're more ground level. It's a 3-man booth tonight with Cameron, Chaz, and myself. And 3 men in this booth. It's kind of tight. Oh, that
was tough.
He didn't get the call there. Ball
he
one.
did. He got the call. He called it a strike.
Called it a strike. No,
absolutely.
The scoreboard operator didn't get the call.
He called that a strike. He definitely he definitely punched it.
I don't know. The scoreboard operator here has 2-0. Cameron has 1-1. As this is Daniel Castro, the second baseman.
Yeah, I think we're right over here on our score bug.
After the 1-1 is low on his side, that is ball 2. So it should be 2-1. Scoreboard operator has 3-0. The 2-1 just misses 3-1. 3-1 count.
Yeah, they've corrected it.
3-1 count to Castro. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. As the 3-1's going to push him off the plate, he's going to take ball 4. So first runner on board tonight for the Buffaloes.
That was a tough base on ball for Ortega.
Yeah, just not getting the calls there, not able to spot those pitch 2 and 3. And that's going to bring up Hernandez, the DH. He is going to be batting for the first time this series.
Yeah, he kind of let him go. He's going to try and pick him off, I'm sure.
Hernandez ended up he did play a little bit on Tuesday, my mistake. He did strike out in his last at bat of the game. Let's see if we get pick off here on Castro, who's dancing on first. The first pitch to Hernandez. Ball 1. Hernandez wearing the number 7. Taking checks on the runner at first. The 1-0. Swung on, hit foul. Back towards the Buffalo dugout.
Yeah, that looked like he hit that on the skinny part of the bat.
The skinny part of the bat.
You heard that before, right?
There you go. I heard the fat part of the bat, but never the skinny part of the bat.
That's what it is. It's the skinny part of the bat. The neck.
There you go.
That's what it's called.
1-1 count.
That was a close one.
Just in time, by the nick of time.
Nick of time. Heard that before.
For nick of time before, there you go. I was going to go back in time, like Back to the Future. Bowie, Lewis, and the news. 1-1 count here, 2 away in the bottom of the second. As that ball is hit, good pop. It's going to be over the head of the third baseman. And they're going to...
Yeah, Isaiah Piper mishandled the ball.
That ball is going to be a double. Piper mishandles the ball out in left field. So runner is going to be on second and third now after that big double with 2 outs by Fernando Hernandez.
It bounced right in front of him as he made a play on it. He charged it. He was trying to make a play on the ball before it hit. But then when it came up on the one-hopper, he kind of misplayed it a little bit, and it kind of dribbled away from him towards the line, towards the left field line, and he got it into Vega, who held the runners at second and third.
Now with the runner on second and third, Vallejo, the second baseman, is going to come up to bat here for the Buffaloes with 2 outs and 2 on. In the bottom of the second. Our vantage point here, unlike being at Bowie where we can see everything down the line,
right.
We are on the line. So it took us a second to figure out what was happening as that ball's going to be hit into the glove of Zion Sturgill, and that's going to end the inning. That's a way to get out of trouble there with the L3 line out to Zion Sturgill, and that's going to end the bottom of the second. The Buffalo scoring threat. Nothing to the top of the third we go. This is Volunteer Baseball. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Field Ops, North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more.
Back here to Haltom High School. It is nothing here in the top of the third. Score update from across town. It is 0-0. Colts and Vikings still tied. Zach and Pops have that game over at Arlington High School. I guess that's not across town. That's a whole city over. But here we're going to tell you about our third inning sponsors before Cameron takes over. It is the third inning, and they present to you by our sponsors, Field Ops. They do more than just field markings. They also do commercial landscaping. Find out all John Clean can do by calling 817-908-2194. Field Ops sponsoring our third inning. And our third inning is going to be led off by Jackson Turner, Jose Martinez, and Christian Uribe. Cam, the man here, is going to take over for me. So
Well,
get a little voice rest.
yeah, well, Jackson Turner, we're back at the top of the lineup here, and he made a play in the outfield. Let's see if he can lead off and get back on base again as he takes ball one for the first pitch.
He ended up getting walked back to start the game.
Exactly.
Some tough 4 pitches from Ship. He was stranded at third.
Oh, and we have a third inning sponsor.
I did it.
Okay. As we look at ball 2, Ship goes back into the windup, throws the ball inside, counts now 3-0. Looks like the first inning all over again as I anticipate Jackson taking here on this pitch to make him throw this thing. And he does as he takes first on a base on balls.
So Jackson, after going 4 for 4 on Tuesday, is now 0 for 0 with 2 walks.
0 for 0
There
with
you
2
go.
walks. Let's see if they try and move him over again as Jose Martinez takes his turn in the batter's box against Ship. I'm sure Ship has a little bit of deja vu here. Let's see if Josue can lay that blunt down again if he gets the call. He doesn't, and he gets hit again. That is the same, like I said, this might be a little bit of deja vu for Ship here as he walks the leadoff hitter, Jackson Turner, and comes back right around on the first pitch and hits Josue Martinez in the same spot, felt like, as we bring up our third hole hitter here, third baseman, Christian Uribe.
Yeah, this is deja vu. The only person I've seen hit more this season is Abe Alvarado.
We
we
had
a whole
every time
series.
every time we get into the booth together, somebody's getting beat.
We do apologize to parents at home. Hopefully you do have insurance because one player will get beamed in the games that we call.
As Ship throws a breaking ball that does not break and goes and sails outside for ball 1 to Uribe. As he gets the signal.
Uribe, he's going to wait for something he can get a hold on. Last time he got into a double play, he needs something he can get in that gap there between first and second.
As he gets hit.
Third hit by pitch from Ship tonight, and that one was more dangerous than the previous 2 as that was head high.
Right, as Uribe takes it off the middle of his back as he turns and takes a nice little jog down to third for bases loaded for Ortega in the cleanup spot.
Coach Johnson, the first base coach, is going to have a little chat with his third baseman, Christian Uribe, make sure he's okay, because that was closer to the head than the previous 2, which were in the back. But now the bases are loaded, though, for Ortega.
With none down here in the top of the third, Ship is in the stretch. He's getting the sign. I'm sure he's worried about the batter now as he throws it low in the dirt. As our catcher, Wallace, makes a good stop to prevent the runners from moving on and advancing.
This is pretty similar to how Tuesday went. The first 2 innings were tight. Going to the third inning, everything started to fall apart for the Buffaloes. Like you said, deja vu is happening again.
Well, Ship already made a bad throw. He just kind of got bailed out as Ortega pops this one up to the second baseman who makes the play. There's no tag or play at the plate as Alejo gets the ball in.
That was a good play by Vallejo there. He looked all
Right.
the way into the glove, made sure that he wasn't going to do anything like drop it at all.
Yeah.
But that's a heartbreaker there for the Volunteers. With now you have one out, you still have a chance to score, bases loaded. And then the man who started it all on Tuesday was Darian Brown. He got the hitting started for Bowie.
Well,
See if he can get the running started.
Well, I feel like he's the only lefty up there today. And, this righty-lefty battle with bases loaded as he takes the first pitch on a breaking ball inside low for ball one. Oh, his last at bat, he got on a base on balls. He battled into a full count and made it on base. Let's see what he does this time.
As you hear the Volunteers in front of us cheering on their teammate.
As he hits one hard up the middle, and it drops, and it scores one. As everybody holds up, as Darian Brown brings in the first Volunteer run of the inning on an RBI single.
There you go. Much like how Tuesday went for the Buffalo Volunteers, it took 2 innings, and they finally were able to get on the scoreboard. It started with Darian Brown on Tuesday with the base hit, where he hit the ball off for Ariaga's ankle. But then after that, he managed to score, and the team behind him, they just kept hitting singles. It was like a merry-go-round. And let's see if they can do that same type of thing now with the bases loaded, similar to how Tuesday went.
Right. He tried to score. He tried to score earlier in the first, and unfortunately that didn't work out for him. But he comes back and makes up for it with a CNI single up the middle for an RBI. So now he's 1-1 as we go into the next batter. Andrew Vega playing shortstop in the 6th hole. One down here, top of the 3rd, bases loaded. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, inside for ball 2. I know Ship is up there thinking he's trying to get himself out of a little bit of a jam here as he gets the sign from Wallace. He's ready to go. One's up. In the dirt again as Wallace protects the plate. Ball 3, it's 3-0.
And this is
Bases loaded. Is he going to give up an unearned run here?
This is starting to tailspin here for Ship on the mound. Bases loaded. The only out's been that fly ball to second. And like I said, much like Tuesday, it's kind of deja vu. Coach Howard's got a young team. He was talking about it before. Let's see if they're trying to work their way out of this. But
as Ortega takes a strike, I'm pretty sure he was taking 3-0 count. He takes the strike. Feels like he's ready now as they cheer on number 2 here at Buffalo Field. Ship's ready. Here's the pitch. And it hits him in the back for his 4th hit by pitch as Josue waltzes in for the 2nd score of the inning.
The most painful way to get an RBI tonight, to be hit by a pitch.
Wow.
And that is an RBI hit by pitch for Andrew Vega, who just had to take it the hard way there.
And as Coach
Howard's going out there having a chat with his boys.
Coach Howard has to come out and take a look to see if Ship is okay.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Doesn't look like he has the ball in his hand, and it looks like we're getting a change of pitcher here.
Yeah, it looks like Ship is walking off the mound. He's going to change pitchers. We're going to go step aside real quick and let the new pitcher warm up. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break. This is Volunteer Baseball presented to you by John Wade Roofing. Right back.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Rami Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Rami Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Back here to Haltom High School, new pitcher. Before we tell you about the new pitcher, let us tell you about our pitcher, our mid-game pitching sponsor. They are Pipe and Peak. The new pitcher is coming down the pipe. Pipe and Peak. Pipe and Peak sponsor all pitching changes for us. Call them at 817-807-7069. They've been serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Pipe and Peak Plumbing. The new pitcher down the pipe is shortstop
Daniel Castro.
Daniel Castro.
That's right. Daniel Castro moves over as we get a new shortstop in.
Sorry, I was looking at Tuesday's lineup and I was confused.
That's okay. It looks like Orlando Reyes has moved over to shortstop as we get. I'll get my numbers here.
I saw Ariaga, who was playing first. He did step out.
Yeah,
there.
number 3, Oriaga has moved over to third. He's now at third.
We try to figure out everything that's going on. Let's recap here. The bases are loaded. There's only one away in the top of the third. 2 runs have already scored. Gavin Ship's night is over after a hit by pitch RBI to Andrew Vega, which got the second run in for the Volunteers. So Raul Sanchez is coming back for his second finish of the night. Cam's going to go ahead and give me an idea on that while I catch up on some notes here.
That's fine as he fouls the first pitch off for strike 1 against our new pitcher Castro. I apologize.
Sorry, so many. We have to do so much rearranging.
Right.
On Tuesday, we had a revolving door of pitchers for the Buffaloes. They had 4 pitchers, 2 within a different inning, and we had a hard time trying to figure it out because everybody just kept staying in.
As Ortega takes a strike, and now Urban Uribe is caught in a pickle as he is called out at third, unfortunately.
Yeah, Sanchez.
As the bunt was missed by Sanchez.
Sanchez dropped on that bunt. He didn't make contact with it on a ball that was really low. Should have been a ball, but instead he left the bat down too long. Uribe on that suicide squeeze there got caught on the rundown. That's tough. Way.
Taking a chance, that's tough. I know Raul wish he had that pitch back as he fouls the next pitch off to protect the plate back to the backstop for an 0-2 count with 2 down here in the top of the third. With a man on first and second, Raul still has an opportunity to get an RBI here. Castro gets the signal, settles in, and pitches a ball outside for ball 1.
And Darian Brown's at second. He has a lot of speed. With the 1-2 count here, I know you have a 2-0 lead. He might try to run him here and get Brown into a better scoring position with 1 and 2.
Or started over for Raul, who's a pretty good hitter as well. Let's see what we do here. Here's the pitch. Low. As Wallace jumps to the outside of the box there on the left side to keep that one on that breaking ball outside.
Here's your favorite saying, Cameron, deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
That's where we at. Deuces
2 on,
wild.
2-0.
I love that. Trying to get out of this inning as Raul hits one hard to center field on a shot. He holds Darian up this time.
The last time,
bases loaded.
That was a good throw by Turner.
That was a good throw. That was a really good throw to get the ball back in play.
Brown was held up at third. Yeah, we had a chance this time to see.
Yeah, I took a look this time as Raul comes off as he gets a pitch runner.
Pinch runner for Raul Sanchez. So we have Zion Sturgill come up to bat here with 2 outs. Bases loaded. A chance for the young gun to try to get something going, extend his lead for Ortega.
Yeah, I think that's Andrew Calzada on first. Pinch running for our catcher here as he gets ready to go. Sturgill takes the first pitch, and it is called a strike on a checked swing.
Sanchez probably was getting ready. Watch him get his catcher's gear on.
Yeah, having a good discussion here about what he just hit. Sturgill takes another strike here on a breaking ball right down the middle of the plate.
Yeah, he's got to be swinging there.
Yeah.
0-1. That was a slow pitch that he could have timed up.
Bringing the count to 0-2. You know, bases loaded. You got to be a hitter up there now.
And this is what you dream of as a kid, bases loaded situation.
2 outs here at the top of the third. We need some extra as he goes down swinging, unfortunately, here at the bottom of the third. And that's where we're going to end this inning. the at bat by the Volunteers, and we're going to go into commercial. This is brought to you by Pipes.
Well, Pike and Pete Plumbing, they sponsor our third inning. They sponsored our pitching change for us, the third inning. Modern West sponsors the third inning.
Okay.
But this game is brought to you by John Wade Roofing. We'll step aside and be right back.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
The bottom of the third inning we go. Let's recap the top of the third inning. It started off with Gavin Shipp coming back onto the mound for his third inning of work before he was chased out of the game by the Volunteers. There were four walks, 3 hit by pitches. One of those resulted in an RBI, and then a base hit by Darian Brown, who got the scoring started with the bases loaded to give the Volunteers a 2-0 lead going into the bottom of the third inning. The Buffaloes were able to manage just to settle down for 2 to keep this game going, unlike Tuesday where the inning spiraled and they ended up giving up 6 runs to the Volunteers. So they did a good job there to get out of the inning. That was Daniel Castro who came in for Shipp. But now going to the bottom of the third, it is the 9-1-2. Landon Nelson, the right fielder. Then Matthew Turner at the top of the lineup. And behind him, Ethan Salinas is the left-handed hitting. Landon Nelson's going to step into the batter's box for his first plate appearance of the night.
As he takes the first pitch for a strike from Ortega. Right, he's our second lefty of the day, right? And he's been busy out there in the outfield as he hits the second pitch to the backstop, fouls that off for strike 2. Pitcher's count here against Nelson. Sure he's looking to protect here as the delivery comes, and he protects and fouls this one over the backstop this time.
Yeah, I have to realize now, Cameron, that where we're sitting at, this is a perfect spot for us to get hit by not paying attention to the foul ball.
Hey, you better pay attention by this lefty.
Coach Johnson's in front of me. He can protect me.
Shoot, he looked like he keeping score. He's trying to do some things here as Ortega throws that third pitch for a ball, bringing the count to 1-2 against Nelson here, who's looking to try and lead off for the Volunteers as he fouls this one right in front of us here.
There we go. It was off the net in front of us.
Right in front of us here as it bounces. Hits this one to the left fielder, and it drops in front of Isaiah Piper, who gets the ball in a second, and he makes a good throw and catches Landon Nelson for the out at second. Yeah, it bounced right in front of him with that speed. He caught up to it quickly and made a hard throw to second base.
It was a good play there by Isaiah Piper. It looked like that ball bounced right in front of him there. He had a hard time getting it. And then Nelson, for some reason, thought he had enough speed to get around first going into second. Well, but he was gunned down.
Exactly. As another one is hit hard, as Isaiah Piper gets this one in, it's hit a little harder than the other one by our batter that was up, the leadoff hitter, Matthew Turner, as he walks in the first for a CNI single. And he didn't try for 2. Aaron was right on. Isaiah was right on that one for the throw in to our shortstop Vega.
Instead of having 2 on now, instead of that 7-4 put out after that single, you only have 1 on and 1 out. Salinas, the left fielder, is going to come to bat for a second plate appearance.
As Ortega makes a quick throw over to first, just holding that runner on. There's the pitch in the dirt. Sanchez throws. And Matthew Turner, he slides in safe though for a stolen base.
What a great throw by Sanchez.
That was a really good throw. Unfortunately, it was a little bit. It was right on time. It was right in the right place. It's just that Matthew Turner got a pretty big jump on that and rolled in there as Ortega is trying to get a strike in here as he's thrown a second ball to our batter, Ethan Salinas.
That was a great play by Sanchez, just not on the throw.
As he throws another one, he's down in the count here. It's a hitter's count, 3-0.
Yeah, Salinas is not really tall enough in stature that he can't get certain pitches, that Ortega can't get certain pitches over trying to spot him. He's trying to spot that fastball, but now with the 3-0 count, you got to get something coming back across the plate.
Exactly. As he checks the runner at second, delivers another one high for ball 4, where he's given up a base. This is his first base on balls here, or second base on balls here.
It's the benefits of being vertically challenged, I would say. It's vertically challenged means it's hard for the pitcher to get anything within his strike zone without coming straight down the middle.
Well, I mean, they have one out here, so, you know, if Ortega can get something against Ship here, who's coming up, getting the signal down there from third, they have a perfect opportunity to get out of this inning here if he gets a K here or if he gets a ground ball here. I'm sure he's looking for something. As he throws the ball inside, it looked good from here, from our vantage point. Unfortunately, it was called a ball for ball 1.
It was a good pitch there. A good pitch there to start against Ship, who you can tell has a certain look on his face after getting pulled back in the top of the third. A little bit of a determined look on his face to try to make up for those 2 runs.
As another one looks like it was right down the Pikes Peak. Ball 2. As the runners take their leads, here's the pitch. This one now is called a strike, bringing the count to 2-1 with 1 out here in the bottom of the third, as the Volunteers are trying to maintain that 2-0 lead with 2 runners in scoring position. As the ball is hit up the middle, here comes the runner around third. The throw is made. It is cut off by Sturgill. As the Haltom City Buffaloes score their first run, as Matthew Turner rounds third and comes home to score their run off of a single by Ship to help out his team here, bringing the score to 2-1.
Yeah, and as I was saying, Ship had a motivated look on his face when he came up after getting pulled from the third. He was determined to try to get something there, and some of it too is just the placement. Ortega's trying to get those calls. He's just not getting the calls, so he's had a hard time spotting certain strikes. Ship 2-1 there, and just ball hit right back past second.
So Ortega throws his pitch here as he goes on to throw his first pitch to the cleanup hitter, number 1, Orlando Reyes.
Runners on the corners here, 1 out. Volunteers still lead 2-1.
As the ball is hit to shortstop, and it's bobbled a little bit, but the play is not made by Vega.
Yeah, Vega bobbled that ball. He's just trying to get the ball out of his glove, and he wasn't going to have enough time to get 2. He was trying to get the runner at first, but instead he didn't get it. Now there's 2 runners on, and a run comes across the score.
Right, Salinas brings himself across for the second score for the Haltom Buffaloes, which ties the game, leaving there with 1 out and men on first and second for our next batter up, Josue Arrigo, who hits it right back to Ortega for a double play ball.
Yeah, good play by Ortega there. He saw that ball coming, caught it into the glove, and then threw over the Zion. He realized that runner was caught. He wasn't going to make it back in time, but it doesn't matter. 2 runs, and they'll come across the score for the Buffaloes. So it's 2-2 going to the top of the 4th. This is Bowie Volunteer Baseball. We'll be right back for the 4th inning after this.
Modern West Windows and Doors invites you to see the difference. Whether you need sliding doors, bay windows, or just need a more modern look, Modern West has options to fit both your style and budget. Stop by the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth to see for yourself, or call 682-255-6094 for more information.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
back to the game we go. It is going to the top of the fourth inning, and our fourth inning sponsors, they are Trinity Logistics Services. They sponsor all fourth innings for all of Zach on production games for baseball season this season. Don't let hauling be a hassle. Trinity has dumpsters that fit any size project, and they drop off and pick up, so you can focus on getting your cleaning up for a win, either of your home or your business. So call Chet Soto at 817-693-1302. Trinity Logistics Services, they sponsor our fourth innings. And we are going to the fourth inning. This game is not scoreless anymore. It is tied after both teams managed to get 2 runs across in the third inning. The Volunteers got 2 across in the top of the third before stranding the bases loaded. And then the Buffaloes, they strand 2 after hitting into a 1-3 double play in the inning after getting 2 runs across. So now it is the top of the fourth, brand new ball game. The 9-1-2 hitters, Isaiah Piper, Jackson Turner, and Josue Martinez, up to bat here for the Volunteers.
Yeah, you see Isaiah Piper. He's made a couple plays out in the field here as he takes ball 1 high. Did a little check swing, but it was no way he went around. So now we're seeing what he has to do and leading off here in the bottom of the fourth here as he hits it right to Nelson. Like I said, who makes another put out on a fly ball, a soft hit fly ball to right field for the first out of the inning.
Yeah, Nelson's got both fly ball outs from Isaiah Piper. Both balls were hit out to the right field. Good pop on both swings, though. Just not able to find the gap just right to him.
This one he hit was a little harder. This one right here was right to him. As we move on to our leadoff hitter, Jackson Turner. He takes the first pitch for a strike.
That's the first pitch Jackson's seen tonight as a strike. He's had 8 straight balls beforehand, leading to 2 walks.
Right. It's kind of amazing. This is his 3rd time up at bat, and we're only in the 4th inning. As he takes another pitch for a ball.
Any batter would love a 9-to-1 pitch ratio balls to strike.
I mean, you know what I'm saying, as a leadoff hitter, that actually is a really good base stealer. Absolutely, you want to get those things as he takes a breaking ball inside. Ball 2.
Yeah, Castro settled down a little bit since coming in from the top of the third. He ended up getting the strikeout of Zion with the bases loaded.
This one is taken hard off of Wallace's chest. Ball 3. Looks like he's trying to get on base again. Oh, he hits one really hard to left field, right to the left fielder, Salinas, who just doesn't move and makes the play out there for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, and
that was a hard hit shot.
That was a hard hit shot. That's the first time Jackson's been out this series. He was 4-for-4 last game. He had 2 walks previous at bats, and he flew out the left there. So he's been seeing the bat really well. It was a hard hit ball too.
It was hard. It was a line shot. As Josue almost swings out of his shoes here, but he gets hit by the pitch prior to the swing. He swung hard at it, but they award him the hit by pitch, so they award him the base. And now we have a runner on first with 2 outs here for Christian Uribe as he comes up for his 3rd try at a hit here.
What's more fascinating is the fact that all 3 plate appearances from Josue have been hit by pitches.
They have all been hit by pitches.
We apologize if we brought the bad luck.
Because we did that with Axel, too.
We've done that with Alvarado from the Colts.
Yeah.
We've done that now for Josue Martinez. I apologize for the bruises that he will have when he gets home.
Family members. Christian is staring him down here as he hits it and pops it up again as the center fielder comes in, but the second baseman, Lejo, makes another play on the ball for the 3rd out of the inning as we go into the bottom of the 4th inning, where this game is brought to you by Zap Network, presented by John Wade Roofing.
When your high school field needs to look game ready, trust John Kling and the pros at Field Ops North Texas. This veteran-owned team delivers fast turnaround and long-lasting field striping for football, soccer, lacrosse, and more, using professional-grade paint and equipment. Field Ops proudly serves schools and communities across North Texas, helping student-athletes compete on fields that look as good as they play. Get a free quote today by visiting gofieldops.com/north-texas.
Navigating Medicare options isn't easy. Hi, I'm Patsy Arnold, and when the time came to navigate my options, I went to Chapman Cornelius. They helped me find the best plan for my needs, quoted me life insurance options, and guided me in making my decisions every step of the way. They want to do the same for you, so give them a call at 817-265-3346 or visit chapman-cornelius.com.
To the bottom of the fourth inning, we go in a 2-2 ball game here at Haltom High School. Score update from technically not across town, but it's across the Metroplex somewhere in Arlington. It is 0-0 still, Vikings and Colts. But the Vikings are threatening, though. They have 2 on and 2 outs there on the top of the second in a 0-0 game. In a game that both teams need the win. Arlington is trying to continue the way to get a district championship. It's between them and South Grand Prairie, the way some results are going. I'm always trying to hold on to that 4th spot before going into next week's showdown here with the Volunteers, where both the Vikings and the Volunteers are trying to battle to make a playoff push. Cam, we have the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Buffaloes. Castro, the pitcher, Hernandez, the DH, and Vallejo are up to bat. 6, 7, 8.
As Ortega is going into his 4th inning here, starting it off with a strike. Looks like he's not losing any velocity. He's still ready to go as he throws the second pitch for a low ball, bringing the count to 1-1.
And we had a score update from the top of the 4th inning. So Martinez, we thought, had got on base from a hit by pitch. It was actually catcher interference because when he swung on the backswing, he hit the glove, knocked it off. Yeah. So that goes as an E2, resulting in Martinez getting on base.
Right, we thought that it was a hit by pitch because when Vega swung, it kind of hit him. Ooh. As Ortega throws a nice breaking ball on a 2-2 count to bring that strikeout to fruition against Daniel Castro.
Strikeout number 4 for Ortega. He started off strong. 3 of his first 4 batters are strikeouts, but he hadn't had a strikeout in the last inning and a half. But that's a good way to get it going there against Daniel Castro.
As we bring up our DH here, Fernando Hernandez, as he takes ball 1. I think Daniel's done it. He's kind of, he was on base on a base on ball, so he's already in his first at bat. He kind of was waiting for Ortega to walk him as he takes another ball here. As Ortega takes a look and says, "Oh," as he hits him. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, Hernandez is going to get on now for a second time on base. That one hit Hernandez straight in the shoulder as Ortega was trying to come inside. He was having a hard time with that previous at bat there. It was 2-1, and he just lost him there, lost control, and hit Hernandez. That is the 5th total hit by pitch we've had tonight. 4 for the Buffaloes. I'm sorry. 4 for the. That is the 6th hit by pitch. 5 Volunteers have been hit. Buffalo. As
Ortega checks the runner at first. He doesn't like it when somebody's over there.
That's a very painful night. 6 hit by pitches and 5 against one team.
Yeah, and as he throws this one over the strike zone here for strike 1 against our new batter, Daniel Vallejo.
One of the Volunteers loved that strike call.
Yeah, they did. So Ortega checks the runner again at first. Yeah, it looks like Hernandez is taking a pretty big lead over there. As Ortega throws again, and he punches him out with a quick move to first. Yeah, Vallejo was over there. I mean, Daniel Castro was over there tempting fate over there with a big leadoff. And Ortega didn't play around with a quick move. I don't even think he stepped on the.
Yeah, that was a great move there. Mm-hmm. Now he has a chance just to focus on the hitter here, Vallejo, with 2 outs now, and try to get out of the inning, get the Volunteer bats back up.
As he comes to a snake eyes count here, as this one is popped up towards the Buffalo bench and out of bounds or out of play.
Out into the trees out there. There's a lot of trees on the right-hand side here of Buffalo Stadium, I'll call it.
Well, it's a pitcher's count here, 1-2 as the pitch is made. And our hitter protects the plate. Daniel protects the plate here, fouling it to the backstop.
As we have good hustle from the young man that just came out of the dugout in front of us
Yeah,
to retrieve that ball.
Yeah, they better. Here's pitch. Oh, it's thrown inside, and instead of taking it, Daniel Vallejo spins out of the batter's box, bringing the count to 2-2. Here's the pitch. High. Looks like he's getting a little frustrated up there.
He's got to go after him here with
Yeah.
2 outs here, full count. You got to go after him.
Yeah. He's trying to finish it out here as the ball is hit down the line to Uribe. Christian, foul, call foul. Christian was about to make a play on that ball. Looks like he was going to gun it over there to Sturgill, but they called it foul before he ended up making the play. So we're back in here with a full count. Here's the payoff. Down the middle for a punch-out K. Got him looking.
That's how you end the inning there. 2 strikeouts this inning for Ortega. Now we're going to go to the top of the 5th on the other side of the. Oh, yeah, we're going to go to the top of the 5th on the other side of the break. I forgot to tell you about a 4th inning stretch.
Oh.
I didn't get a chance to stretch. I was standing already. I didn't think about it. Before we go to the 5th inning, let me tell you about the 4th inning stretch that we missed somewhere along the way. Our 4th inning stretch was brought to you by Modern West Windows and Doors. See the difference that new windows can make on your home. Visit modernwestwindows.com to learn more about our sponsors. They sponsored our 4th inning stretch, but because we're standing up already, I didn't think about stretching. We're going to the top of the 5th, though, where the game is tied 2-2. We'll be right back on the other side of this commercial break.
Modern West Windows and Doors is a partner of the Zap Network. They're also partnered with trusted industry leaders like Lowen, Weather Shield, and Simpus to guarantee quality product and installation. Whether you're searching for new concepts for your entryway, living room, dining room, bedroom, or even a workshop, Modern West has the solutions you're looking for. Visit the showroom at 1211 6th Avenue in Fort Worth or visit modernwestwindows.com. Whenever a plumbing problem hits your home, experience matters. Pipe & Peak is a family-owned residential plumbing company with 16 years of experience that you can trust. They handle everything from yard leaks and slab leaks to tunnel work, and they're specialists in replacing old cast iron pipe. No job is too big or too small, and their pricing stays competitive. If you're seeing signs of aging pipes, now's the time to act. Send an email to Caleb Renfro to see how Pipe & Peak can help your home.
Going to the top of the 5th inning, the JCC crew here is bringing you our Friday night action. Jason, Chaz, and Cameron bringing you 5th inning action here in the 2-2 ball game. We have the 4, 5, 6 batters for the Volunteers come up to bat. Roman Ortega, Darian Brown, and Andrew Vega against Castro, who's back out there again, starting his 2nd full inning. In the first pitch, he throws to Ortega's inside. Bowen. As the Colts have finally jumped onto the scoreboard over the Vikings. They lead 1-0 in the bottom of the 2nd. 2 runners on. Ooh, as a good shot is hit down the left field line. That is going to be fair. So that is going to be a home run. That ball is out of here. I thought it was fair. It is gone. Hey, we got a home run.
You finally got what you didn't see.
I didn't see it on this side of the box, but we can party with the Volunteers as they take a 3-2 lead. Ortega helping his own cause with a bomb down the left field line. Hey, man, we got cameras. I can go back and watch this after, all right?
Yeah, you are.
3-2 lead now for the Volunteers as they jump all over everything there.
Yeah, he hit that one solid. He caught that solid, and he hit that probably about a good 310, 320 down the line.
Yeah, there's no sign markings here like there is at Bowie and Arlington that tell you how long it is. I imagine it's 3+ down the left field line.
And he cleared that wall. It's a little higher wall.
As he cleared it for a home run. 3-2, the Volunteers lead. Man, I missed it.
It's okay.
I still got a home run and I missed it.
It's okay. It's okay.
You've got to be kidding
You should
me.
have seen Selena as soon as he saw it, he tried to get on his horse and get back there. But once he got to the gate, there was no more room left in the field.
As Brown is in the batter's box now, he's looking at a 1-1 count. Castro's trying to settle himself down now. It's 2-1. Darian Brown, who got the party started earlier back in the 3rd with the first run of the game, much like he did Tuesday. 2-1 to Brown. No outs there here at the bottom of the 5th, and Brown swinging there. He's not able to connect on it. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Darian Brown, the sole lefty in this Volunteers lineup, as he swings and misses.
That's unfortunate.
Second strikeout for the Volunteers on the night. The other one belongs to Zion Sturgill back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he had him a nice little RBI already, and got on base twice already. So I was looking for him to get there. You know, 3rd time's a charm. Unfortunately, Ortega did not see it that way.
He still has a very productive night, though. Brown has at least he's 1 for 2. He has a walk, and he got the party started with the RBI. As that ball, first pitch, swinging. It's going to be a foot race. Both men sliding. And the call's going to go to the fielder, Gavin Shipp, playing first base. That was Andrew Vega. He put everything he could into it, but Gavin Shipp in a foot race, out number 2. 3 unassisted.
He caught that with a nice little backhand on the on his offhand, and on a slide, and you know what I'm saying. He seen Vega hustling down that line. He jumped up and like you said, beat him with a front foot slide to the bag for the 2nd out of the inning.
Sanchez is going to come to the bat with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. The first pitch he sees is a called strike. You know why? You know what it is? Because we're playing on turf. If we were playing on dirt, he slides in safely head first going into first. That carpet slowed him down.
That carpet slowed him down.
As the 0-1s hit foul back in our direction, 0-2.
I got to be careful here. I'm a little bit taller than you guys. I almost bopped my head a little bit ago trying to look out of this window.
Cameron was the one to see the home run. I still have yet to see a home run. As the 0-2 is swung on and missed. Sanchez is going to strike out, but not without a run coming across the score on a bomb by Ortega to help his own cause. 3-2 is the score going to the bottom of the 5th. Volunteers lead, and we'll be right back on the other side with this commercial break.
John Wade Roofing is celebrating 40 years serving the Arlington area. John Sr. played for Colt football and was the team MVP in '76. He went on to play for TCU, earning all conference honors. The family has a Colt legacy that spans generations and wants to help your family's roofing needs, plus gutters, painting, solar, and more. For more information, go to johnwaderoofing.com.
Taquería Taco Express es la taquería oficial de Zach Arnold Productions. Con un amplio y auténtico menú, satisface tus antojos o prepara tu próximo evento con nosotros. Visítanos todos los martes para disfrutar de Taco Tuesday con 5 tacos y un agua fresca por solo $10. Para encontrar sucursales cercanas o hacer pedidos en línea, visita taqueriatacoexpress.com.
Bottom of the 5th we go. The Volunteers lead 3-2 over the Haltom Buffaloes, and it's all smiles here for us in the booth as we're just cracking jokes and everything during the commercial break there, talking about things that we can't see because we're inside the box. We're not in the booth tonight like we normally are at Bowie. We are in the box right next to the dugout.
Yeah, so we get to hear a lot of the chatter, even some of the inside talk that they have here in reference to, you know, what they're going to do when they get up to the plate and stuff. And, you know, like they're warming up right in front of us. So we do have a really good view. I mean, we're right on the field. Unfortunately, we just have a little bit of a blind spot here going down the left field line.
As Cameron reminds me that we have a blind spot thanks to the home run that I haven't had a chance to call a home run this entire time. When we get to call one, I'm going to get to see it. Bottom of the 5th we go. It is the 9-1-2 batters, Landon Nelson, Matthew Turner, and Ethan Salinas for the Buffaloes. Nelson's going to hit that ball foul back to the net right next to us. Shout out to the Volunteers that is running out of here, retrieving foul balls.
Oh, Wesley O'Neal over here, number 12. They're keeping him moving over
He's
here.
hustling. As the 0-1 misses, we low, ball 1.
Raul he hasn't had to do too much protecting back there, but he did just then.
That ball's going to be hit. That one's going to land in the glove of Isaiah Piper out in left field. See, I was able to see that one.
You was able to see that one.
I had to stretch all the way out
You got
there.
to get over there now.
As that's going to be out number 1 on the F7 from Landon Nelson to Isaiah Piper. That's going to bring up Matthew Turner to the top of the lineup. Center fielder, he is 1 for 2. She struck out to start the game, but he got a single back in the 3rd.
And he came around and score their first run.
Came around to score the first run. It's the first pitch he sees is a called ball, ball one. And he was the one that scored the first run. Salinas scored the second run back in the third inning on the way to tying the game up at 2.
Right, he's been on base every time after that. He's gotten a second, and he has a stolen base. So he's got a stolen base here and a score.
The 1-1's gonna skip past Sanchez behind the plate for ball 2. So it's 2-1 count with the one away. Good comeback pitch there on the 2-1. 2-2.
He's trying to make quick work of these guys this inning, I'm sure. As
the 2-2 is swung on and missed. Have a seat, young man. Strike number 3. That is strikeout number 6 on the night for Ortega. I wish you had those K signs like they do in Major League Baseball, where the fans just bring the Ks and line them against the wall. Because Ortega would have 6 right now. On the way to he's at half a dozen.
I mean, he's making short work. He had a little bit of trouble there in the third, but other than that, he came back strong in the fourth with 2 Ks, and even though he had that hit by pitch, or he went ahead and took care of himself as well.
As Salinas is gonna hit that ball foul, diving play out there in right field by Brown, but he's not able to get there in time, sliding on that tough carpet.
I told you, he's got a lot of speed out there. I thought he was gonna catch up with it, but it got down before he was able to get to it. As Vega and Martinez and Sturgill were also giving chase there, but it was a little bit further out than they could get.
Yeah, Brown came in sliding though. I thought he had a chance to get it.
He had a chance. He was right there. It went right up under his glove. He slid on that turf. He out there looking like he's checking his elbow.
1-1 count to Salinas, 2 outs. As the 1-1's gonna miss 2-1. Yeah, you don't want to get turf. You don't want to.
Man,
that's why they wear turf tape
in
football.
Boy.
I don't see a lot of baseball players wearing turf tape, but we might need to get some. 2-1, that ball's going to be hit out there. Brown's going to give chase to it. Head's going to drop in between Brown and Sturgill for a base hit. Out there,
in between all 3 of them.
In between all 3 of them for the second time, but that one stays fair.
Yeah.
That's going to be a base hit for Salinas.
It was actually pretty much in the same kind of vicinity where Brown dove for it before. And unfortunately, it fell right in between all 3 of the volunteer players.
Kevin Ship stepped into the batter's box. 3rd plate appearance for Ship. He is 1 for 2. He hit a single for an RBI back in the 3rd inning as he looks at a called strike 1. He got the scoring started for the Buffaloes in the inning. They end up going to tie up 2-2 before the home run by Ortega. The Volunteers back out front 3-2. The runner on first, 2 outs. Ship looks at the ball. It's going to die right in front of the plate there, ball 1.
Doesn't look like Salinas is doing a lot. He's got a medium lead over there. So
he almost got Salinas. If you already had one man get picked off, Hernandez back in the 4th inning. Count 2 away. Ball chest high, head high. Ball 2.
Yeah, Blue's got a real tight strike zone here. So he's got to hit his mark if he wants to call it.
As he hits his mark, Ortega for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Where's Zach for the deuces? Wild.
Yeah, I love that.
There you go. Cameron has a party every time he hears it. 2-2.
I do. I love it.
2-2 count. Ortega looking. Runner's going to take off. That ball's going to be hit high. Sturgill's calling everybody off for it. He's going to track it to foul territory into the glove for out number 3. Volunteers lead 3-2 going to the top of the 6th inning. We'll bring that right back to you after this. This is Volunteer Baseball presented to you by John Wade Roofing.
Field Ops North Texas is the trusted name in athletic field marketing for schools, teams, leagues, and tournaments. They even do commercial landscaping. The better question is, what can't they do? With fast turnaround times and proven expertise, they make sure your grounds look unbeatable every time. Call 817-908-2194 to find out more. Looking for a plumber you can rely on? Pipe & Peak handles all your residential plumbing needs. From tunneling and slab leaks to camera inspection and sewer repair, and even cast iron replacement. They offer competitive pricing and now offer financing to make repairs easier to manage. Family owned and trusted for over 16 years, they treat every home like their own. Call 817-807-7069 to get your free quote and get your plumbing handled right.
To the top of the 6th inning we go. It is 3-2. Volunteers lead. Score update across town at the top of the 3rd inning. I don't know if they're keeping innings up there or something's going on at Arlington, but it's the top of the 3rd inning. It is 2-0. Colts lead over the Vikings. We're 3 innings ahead, and it's 8 o'clock for us. Man, we've been rolling out here tonight.
Well, that's Ortega's been rolling. You know, besides that 3rd inning, he's actually been pretty solid
A lot of
all the
3
way
outs.
throughout, you know.
As we're going to have a pinch hitter here for Zion. It was 8-9-1s where Zion was going to lead off, but it's going to be Mario Oliva. First chance to see him, and he takes a hit by pitch. Welcome to the game. Might as well take one in the shoulder like everybody else.
Like everybody else.
As Oliva's going to take the hit by pitch there, he's going to get on first. So now it's going to be Piper behind him. Then we're back to the top of the lineup behind that with Jackson Turner. 6 hit by pitches for the Buffaloes. Take me home where the Buffaloes roam. The Buffaloes, they're just hitting everybody. You don't want to go out there. It's like a bull in a china shop. As Piper's going to step into the batter's box now with a runner on first. That's Oliva, Mario Oliva. First time I've seen him all season. He takes a hit by pitch. But no outs. 3-2 lead still. Piper's been swinging a good bat. As he's going to look at a ball outside from Castro, ball 1.
Well, that was high.
One 0 count. Castro's on the mound still. Good relief outing after taking over for Ship back in the 3rd. As that ball's going to be hit, and Wallace didn't give chase. It's going to go over the net foul. Wallace gave a little jog to it, but he said, not for me.
Right.
As I got a chuckle from Chaz. Am I right with that?
Well, let's see if he can turn around on this, turn on this ball and hit it the other way. Let's see if he can pull it because he's been hitting it the opposite field.
The 1-1, and he hits it opposite field, but opposite field to him. Ball, strike 2 as that ball went foul.
Mm-hmm.
As we were going to have a foot race, but Jackson Turner, the speed, had to really go retrieve the ball. Good foot race out there for everybody from the Volunteers retrieving balls tonight. Foul balls into the deep backstop at Haltom.
Yeah, Oliva, he doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
And that ball's going to be hit. Third baseman's going to field it. No, shortstop's going to field it. Throws over to second, and he's going to get the lead runner out. That's the only thing he could get there was the lead runner out on the fielder's choice.
And that's the thing. He didn't have a big lead over there, so when that ball was hit, it was hitting the hole to our shortstop, number 1. I apologize. Number 1, Orlando Reyes. You know, they moved a couple of people around on us.
Yeah, Reyes started the game playing
3rd. That's where Arriago moved over to 3rd.
Over. I guess there's a ball there.
Which moves Isaiah Piper over to second base. Now you have one of your fastest players in second.
One of your next fastest players at the mound. Look for something to get him moving there. Hit and run action.
I know one of your best hitters up at the plate.
Yeah, this is the string of hitters that you want to have for the Volunteers with 1 out. Up and then your Uribe standing right in front of me.
Right.
Jackson, after a 4-for-4 game on Tuesday, started the game off. He's had 2. He's gone up to the plate appearance. He played 3 times. He's got on base twice with 2 walks. Just the one to start off the game.
And the one that he hit was to the left fielder, which was a hard hit shot. A hard hit shot to the left fielder, Salinas.
Yeah, he's had good pop in the balls that he's hit. But he's 0 for 1 on the night with 2 walks. But he has a chance now with Piper at second. That run in. The first pitch he saw was a ball. So he's seen every pitch he's seen tonight except for 2 have been balls. Comeback pitch there and called strike outside. 1-1.
Yeah, it looked like he clipped that corner with a nice little breaking ball. Something off speed. I wasn't sure exactly what it is, but
Jackson hit a triple on Tuesday that he pushed to the opposite side of the field, deep out to the right field corner.
and there's a lot of space out there right now. So now that you mention it,
As Castro's going to step off the mound to get Piper to get back to second safely. Just a little hesitation there to keep the runner honest. Yeah, there's a lot of field out there in right field. For Jackson being a right-handed hitter, if he can push something out the right field like he did on Tuesday, a triple could be waiting. But for sure, you get an RBI out of it. With the 1-1, it is. He's going to lose him. There's going to be ball 2.
hey, you know how you do that. You know, I told you I wasn't necessarily a power hitter. In my career, I only hit 1 home run, but I had a very good on base percentage, and that's because I threw my hands out there, let the bat do the work, and
As he's going to let the pitcher do the work there for him. 3 balls, 1 strike.
just looking at
Like you said,
see if you can get enough. Yeah, throw your hands
throw
out
your
there,
hands
and that
out there
ball
and
go.
push it the other way.
Yeah, that ball will go. It'll pop right off that bat, and it'll drop right in there inside of the line.
That's what he did on Tuesday, getting a RBI triple. Jackson did on the 13-0 win. As he's going to get on base for the 3rd time tonight. This one here gets on a little bit more physical than the previous 2. Will be hit by pitch. Everybody say thank you. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hit by pitches for the Buffaloes. 7 hit by pitches for the Buffaloes compared to 1 for the Volunteers. It is a painful night to be a volunteer in the batter's box because you don't know which way it's going.
Well, I mean, they're in a perfect position here with just 1 out to get a little bit of security here in the top of the 6th.
With 2 runners on, you got Speedy Piper on second. You have Speedy Jackson at first. Jose Martinez is going to drop down a bunt. And it's going to roll foul. Trying to get those 2 speedy guys into scoring position.
For your big 3-hole hitter, Christian Uribe.
Some umpires going to have a little conversation here.
What happened?
Blues have a conversation. Score update is still 2-2 across town, but Lamar has the bases loaded with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd.
Well, yeah, Coach Howard came out, wanted some clarification on something. Not sure exactly what, but we're back to action here.
So it's me. Still 2 runners on. Piper on second. Jackson on first. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning in a 3-2 game. The Volunteers lead. Jose Martinez looking at an 0-1 count. 0-1. Yeah, he's going to drop the bunt. This is going to be a good bunt. Gannon Wallace is going to get it. He's going to fire over to first as he is in time safely. He looks like he was safe. Nope. That was Coach Johnson giving his extra input there to try to get the safe call.
A little bit of influence.
A little bit of influence there, but Coach Johnson's not going to get the call. So 2 outs, but get 2 runners in scoring position.
He did his job. He did exactly what he was supposed to do to push those runners over.
What it is Coach Johnson's wearing all black. I thought he was an umpire for a moment.
They have a conference at the mound here. Castro.
Meeting of the minds there. So 2 outs, 2 runners in scoring position, and a 3-2 game. After that sack bunt by Jackson, sack bunt by Martinez. So now Uribe, the number 3 man in the lineup, he has a chance to make up for that double play back in the 1st. He's 1 for 2 tonight, but he reached base safely in the 3rd inning by hit by a pitch. The first pitch from Castro's outside, ball 1.
Yeah, Wallace is doing a good job behind that plate. He had to reach out there in that on the other side of that plate to make sure that one didn't go anywhere, because that's a deep backstop like we mentioned earlier on. Christian is way back in the batter's box.
As he hits that ball high, foul territory. Ship's going to give chase to it. And it's going to be out number 3. So the Volunteers will leave 2 runners stranded in scoring position. Going to the bottom of the sixth. Volunteers still lead 3-2. We'll step aside and bring the bottom of the sixth back to you right after this.
Looking for the most unique gift for your student or athlete? Local Legends Figures has you covered. The custom 6-inch figures are designed with you and your legend in mind. They even immortalize yours truly with a custom, never-before-used model to create a Zach the Voice figure for my 30th birthday. Huge thanks to our friends at Local Legends Figures. See pricing and place orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
Pools in Texas need servicing all year long. At Romney Pools, LLC, we provide quality pool services such as cleaning, maintenance, and repairs. So call 469-951-0107 for a free estimate and ask for Roberto. Romney Pools, LLC. We're going to make you fall in love with your pool again. Hablamos español.
To the bottom of the sixth we go. Score update from across town. The bases were loaded for the Lamar Vikings, but the Colts were able to shut them down to keep the score at 2-0. Going to the bottom of the third inning. It's the bottom of the third here. It is the bottom of the sixth here. We will be out. I will be out in bed before Zach leaves that game there. That is across town on the other side of the Zap network. Or you want to take a drive down 820 to I-30, get off, go towards Park Row, and you will be there in 20 minutes from my location.
Right. Well, that is right. Well, they're looking. This Vols team is looking for that Lamar team to go down.
Yeah, they're looking for a loss there. If the score holds there and both places, then it means this series next week between the Vikings and Volunteers have playoff implications if both scores hold. Right now it is 3-2 here. You're going to the bottom of the sixth. So the Buffaloes still have 2 chances to try to tie and win this game. But the Volunteers are going to bring back Ortega out for the bottom of the sixth, who has 6 strikeouts. He's done a very good, efficient and effective job on the bump for the Volunteers. As the first pitch he throws to Reyes is hit foul over the net and almost into the light for strike 1. Ortega, 6 strikeouts on the mound outside of a rough third inning. He's done a very good job shutting down Buffaloes. As good comeback pitch there, strike 2.
Right. He's already sat Reyes down once. I'm sure Reyes is trying to make something else happen, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, he is to be set down again. So Reyes, 2 strikeouts tonight after having a rough game on Tuesday that saw 2 strikeouts then. So he is just not seeing anything this weekend. And it is putting the Buffaloes 1 out closer to another loss. As we're going to get to the number 5 man, Arriaga, the first base, who was playing first to start the game. Now he is at third. Shoots the ball inside, low ball.
Yeah, that was a hurtful at bat for him, for Reyes. I'm sure he was looking to make something happen for the Buffaloes. They are only down by 1.
A good comeback pitch there, but doesn't get the call. 2-0. As Arriaga's going to call time. And make sure you like, subscribe, everything that Zach Arnold's production has going on. As that 2-0 ball be hit, fielded by Uribe, fired over the first, and he's going to tag him out. Coming down the line, as he got a train coming down the line. Good job to hold your ground though at first.
Well, yeah, Uribe, he charged that one. He came up out of his glove and he threw it a little high for a tall Sturgill, who came down in the base path and put the tag on him because it pulled him off the bag for the second out of the inning.
Pulled him off the bag, but Sturgill built like a tight end out there. He told Arriaga, you can come and try to get it the hard way. Instead, he ends up going and getting set down for out number 2. As Castro's going to look at it, called strike. So 2 away. Castro swinging there on a fastball. 0-2.
Yeah, he's already been put down once as well.
It's like taking old yellow back behind the barn.
Yeah, he got to. His coach calls him down. The third base coach calls him down and says he wants to talk to him for a second.
He's gonna have a little chat, tell him to settle down here.
Looks like he's what he's doing right. Settle down a little bit. We know you're a good hitter up there. Be a good hitter up there.
What it also does, though, it throws Ortega off his game. Mm-hmm. He's been cruising through the last 3 innings after that rough third.
And 3 up, 3 down both times.
Yep. And now they're trying just to get him out of his rhythm, out of his motion. But now it's 0-2. And he's going to make him pay for it. There's that ball's going to be hit down the third base line. It's going to be fair. Stay fair. Well, Uribe charges after it. Not in time. Zion does the splits.
Man, Uribe charged that ball hard too there, Jason.
That ball looked like it was going to roll foul. It stayed down the line. Uribe gave every chase after it. It just wasn't in time. It was a soft ground ball. Soft ground ball.
Soft ground ball.
And it's like, I mean, we were playing on carpet, not playing on dirt, so it was really soft. Charmin soft.
Yeah, I know. I think it kind of surprised Ortega.
Surprised me. I was expecting the ball to roll
Yeah.
foul.
Christian charged it pretty hard, made a good throw over the first. And Sturgill made a good stretch on it. But, excuse me, but Castro hustled down that first base line.
Yes. He's gonna fire over the first. Ortega is. But Castro's back in time safely. I believe that's a pinch runner. And he's going to try to get him this time. He doesn't get it.
He did the same kind of trick where he didn't necessarily step on the rubber.
Runner at first, 2 outs. Swung on him, missed by Hernandez. Swinging for air, and he got all of it. 0-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th.
Ortega threw that one like he was mad.
Might have been mad. The runner's going to take off for a second. Good throw by Sanchez, but it's going to be far away outside. Not as good as throw as the first one, but it's going to end up resulting in a stolen base. But it's an 0-2 count either way to Fernando Hernandez. Hernandez, 1 for 1, reached base safely his last time, though, on a hit by pitch. He got a double back in the second. 0-2. Foul back over the head of Sanchez into the deep backstop. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Yeah, he's staring Ortega down, saying, you know what, let's battle then.
Throw this with everything he's got in it. I feel it. And he did, but it doesn't hit the spot, though. 1-2.
A little high and tight. I mean, he had a throwaway pitch in that moment. He was up 0-2. It's a pitcher's count, so 2 down here.
He sent a message there. Now it's 1-2. Comes back with a good pitch, but doesn't get the call. 2-2. Outside.
You know, we've seen a couple of pitches here where we thought that they were going to sit him down. Yeah, I thought he had his, excuse me, his 7th or 8th strikeout.
Yeah, I thought he did there too on the 2-2. Coach Johnson in front of me thought he did as well. Full count. Runner on second. 2 outs.
That is such a crazy.
Back-to-back pitches there.
And they looked good.
The 3-2. Foul back into the net. We'll do it again.
He's protecting that plate. He watched 2 of them go by. He says, and I'm going to watch that 3rd one. Yeah, ready.
Because he knows that he has to protect now. Hernandez at the plate has to protect. He's already reached base twice. And he's going to reach base a 3rd time safely. As we're going to have a little meeting of the minds at the mound. Coach Johnson's going to go out there and check on his pitcher.
Maybe pitch count, right?
I believe in high school it was 115, but it 115 at the start of either an inning or a plate appearance. But I think he's going to settle him down there though after that tough at bat, because Ortega looked like he was getting a little frustrated on the mound. Didn't get the 2 calls that he wanted on those back-to-back pitches on the off speeds. Coach Johnson getting calls he wanted either. You want to let his pitcher know, hey, the defense has you. Find something that they can hit onto the ground and try to get out of the inning.
Right. As you get Daniel Vallejo, who's already struck out at his last at bat, and then he lined out to Sturgill to get him out of that 3rd inning.
Yeah, Vallejo's trying to make up
for
for
that 2nd inning.
Trying to make up for some lost ground. He's had a rough night. Like you said, he lined out to Sturgill over that first. And he struck out at his last at bat. Ortega knows that too. We'll see if he goes after him with 2 runners on and 2 outs. As the 0-2 first pitch, low and in the dirt, ball 1. Sanchez does a good job blocking it. Don't let it get back to the backstop.
As he gets the sign.
1-0 count. 2 away to Vallejo. Vallejo looks at ball 2. They're not swinging at anything, but the Buffaloes aren't swinging at anything outside. So you have to work your way back in. Some of these calls you're not getting, but you get a pitch here to try to get him to swing on something on 2-0.
I was going to say, Vallejo might be just taking all the way.
As he swings and hits that ball back foul.
Sometimes some of these batters, and I'm not saying any names here, some of them come up there, they don't necessarily be looking to hit, they be looking to walk.
And
Ortega needs to take advantage of that.
in this situation, if you're Vallejo, he might be looking to walk, but he's had a tough day. That ball's gonna be hit, foul, over the head of Zion, but out of play. 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom of the 6th inning.
I feel like you missed something there, Jason.
Deuce is wild.
Okay.
My phone died somewhere along the way, so I can't give you a score update on the Lamar Arlington score. I'll eventually find the charger in a minute. But when we get there, we'll get there. Do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It's 2 runners on, 1 on second, 1 on first. Vallejo's dancing in the box. And he's going to be dancing as he goes to take a seat. Strikeout number 8 for Ortega.
Super hot. He knew what kind of a big situation he was in that inning there. He did not want to go down swinging.
Well, as he's going down swinging, we're going to swing on over to a commercial break here before we go to the top of the 7th inning. 3-2 is the score. Volunteers lead. This is Volunteer Baseball. We'll be right back after this.
John Wade Roofing has been serving the Arlington area since 1982, but the Wade legacy runs much deeper in the city of Arlington. A pioneer family that has had roots going back decades, John Wade and Company saw relatives attend the Cooper Street Arlington High campus and has had members play in Colt athletics for decades, and they're looking forward to serving this community for decades to come. Find out more at johnwaderoofing.com.
Why, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to hear Zach talk about things beyond the realm of sport, catch him with me, Ben Hart, on the Intergalactic Peace Coalition podcast. For nearly a decade, we've been geeking out on IPC about our favorite nerdy things. We have a back catalog of over 350 episodes diving into sci-fi and fantasy stories like no one else. Find the Intergalactic Peace Coalition at ipcpodcast.podbean.com or download via your favorite podcast app.
Bottom of the top of the 6th we go. Score update from across town. 3-0 Colts lead over the Vikings in the bottom of the 3rd. Colts have 2 runners on, 2 outs, and they are batting here. Zach and Pops have that call there at Arlington High. 3-0. If the Vikings lose and the Volunteers win, next week means a big deal for both teams for the 4th spot in district play, trying to get to the playoffs. 4, 5, 6 batters up to bat for the Vikings. Mr. Home Run himself, Ortega, is going to lead off the inning.
Right,
Top of the 7th.
Trying to help himself out again here.
As the first pitch to Ortega will be low and inside as the Colts score to make it 4-0.
I wanted to get an update too. Artemis 2 landed. Splash down successful.
As that ball doesn't find a strike 2. Yeah, Artemis 2. They were in space for 5 days?
It was a minute, yeah, probably about a good week. I got friends that believe that the earth is flat. As he hits another one.
That ball's not going to be flat. That ball's going to be gone. Back-to-back Jimmy Jacks for Ramon Ortega. Man, he is just having a great night. And we both had to wait for a second. Well, man, he's killing. He's killing. Back-to-back Jimmy Jacks for Ramon Ortega, 4-2. I saw the ball leave past the left fielder, and I was like, well, I can't see anymore. I just know that once whoever was in front of me saw it, as the rain is dropping in front of me now, too. It's raining, it's pouring on the Buffaloes and on us, but we're in a box now. It is 4-2.
Talking about help yourself.
Help yourself. We might need to help ourselves in a minute to go cover that camera if the rain gets any harder, because it is raining here in Haltom High. Not just home runs, but it's literally raining condensation. As Brown's going to step into the batter's box here. Have a little work done outside, checking on the camera. Jazz is going to go cover. We might have a poncho in the coach somewhere. Jazz. 0-1 count to Brown. Rain is coming down. Ortega's done rain down with 2 home runs. He brought the rain with him. Brown swings and misses on the ball on strike one, strike two. Ortega, 2 home runs. That's how you help your cause and help your team continue this win streak. Score home. To Brown. Ball will be hit. Fielded by the pitcher Castro is going to fire over the ship at first for out number 1.
Yeah, he reached on a base on balls and a hit by pitch, and then he also had an error on that bunt where he reached and he made it all the way to third. He's trying to get on base again, trying to get them another security run here.
Andrew Vega. As Chaz comes back, he is dry. Look at the rain is going to slowly pass by us, maybe just to make it to the rest of this game. As Vega is looking at a quick 2-0 score update. Colts extend their lead 5-0 in the bottom of the third. So that is an important game across town, just as important as it is here. 4-2 here at Haltom. As Vega looks at a call, strike one, 2-1 count.
He's reached twice already. I'm sure he's trying to reach again.
As that ball's going to be outside, but Cannon Wallace reaches for that one to keep it from getting past anybody. 3 balls, 1 strike. 3-1. That is ball 4. So Vega's going to make it on base this time without having to get hit in the shoulder.
I'm sure he's happy about that one.
I believe we have reached now double-digit walks allowed by the Buffaloes tonight. 7 hit by pitches for sure. Then we have 4 walks. So 11 walks total surrendered by the Buffaloes between 2 pitchers. As Sanchez is going to come with the bat. His last plate appearance was a strikeout, but he is 1 for 3.
He had a nice single in the scoring innings in the third. Sure, he's looking to recreate that here with this at bat, trying to get that security run over.
Looking at a quick 1-0 on the 1-0 pitch. Come back over the plate, 1-1. Astro's trying to hang in tough there and keep his team with a chance to try to tie in the bottom of the 7th, depending how this rain goes. It's supposed to rain all weekend, I believe.
Supposed to.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. And that is high, ball 2.
Yeah, you know, I have a car wash membership. Doesn't bother me too much.
It bothers me because it makes things a little bit harder when I have to shoot on Monday and Tuesday.
That's true.
2-1 count to Sanchez, the catcher. He has a base hit back in the third. Trying to get another one here as that ball's going to be outside. 3-1.
As Wallace jumps out of his
Vegas
catcher's stance to go get it.
Vegas not going to be ran here. He's still standing at first. I guess they're going to wait to see what happens here. 3-1 count, Vega at first. Zion in the batter's box right in front of me.
Castro had to think about it a little bit.
Might just be raindrops keep falling on his head. 3-1. Swung on. Big hack there. Missed. Strike 2.
It was a little high, but it was something that Raul liked.
It was. He chased it out the zone.
And he was like, man, are you serious? As he steps closer in that batter's box forward.
Vega's going to take off. It's going to be a strikeout. They're going to throw over to second, and he gunned him down. Cannon Wallace gets Vega. Vega was behind on the slide. That's going to end the inning on a strike him out, throw him out, double play to the bottom of the 7th. We go with the Volunteers lead 4-2. One last chance for the Buffaloes. Volunteers need to hold on. We'll be right back after this.
Las albercas en Texas necesitan servicios durante todo el año. Romy Pools brinda servicios de calidad, incluyendo limpieza, mantenimiento y reparaciones. Llama al número 469-951-0107 para una consulta gratuita y pregunta por Roberto. Romy Pools. Haremos que te enamores de tu alberca de nuevo.
Hey, this is John Wade Jr., Colt Football 97, class of 98. And the next time you have a roofing issue, be sure and call Arlington's favorite roofer, John Wade Roofing. Look us up on the internet at johnwaderoofing.com.
Arian is in left now. Isaiah is center.
As we're back here to Haltom High School, we're trying to figure out a little guess who here. As we're going to have a new pitcher on the mound, it's going to be Jackson Turner. So let me tell you, Jackson, our mid-game pitching change sponsor is Pipe and Peak. The new pitcher came down the pipe. It is Jackson Turner, and they present to you all of our pitching changes. Pike and Peak Plumbing. They have been serving the Arlington area for over a decade. Arrange a free quote by calling 817-807-7069. So Ramon Ortega's day is done. On the mound, he is moving on. He's the first. Playing with a little game of guess who. Cam's got the eyes that see everything. Zion Sturchill's moving to right.
Right.
Then
Isaiah Piper moves to center.
Piper's going to move to center.
And
Solid.
Darion Brown moves to left from right field.
We'll make some little notes here. So Sturchill's going to be in right.
Right.
Piper's moving to center.
Yes.
Darian Brown's moving to left.
Absolutely.
Ortega's on first.
He did. We'll go to first.
Who's on second? I don't know what's on third.
Martinez, Vega, and Uribe stay in their position.
It was a joke.
I know what it was.
As the rain
on first.
The rain is coming down here, but the rain has been coming down all night.
Yeah.
Ortega has been raining down on the Buffaloes. 2 home runs and 8 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So he's going to have a game to remember. Bottom of the 7th, we go 4-2 is the score here. I don't know if the rain has reached Arlington yet, but the score is extended to 5-0 in the bottom, on the top of the 4th. The Colts lead over the Vikings. Big series next week. Volunteers Vikings. We will have that call on Tuesday. I know for sure I will be at that game. Volunteer Vikings on Tuesday at Lamar.
Yes, that's Landon Nelson, the bottom of the lineup here, number 9 hitter.
As it is raining sideways here, our producer Chaz is going to go check on the camera. Cam is going to step in, do a little producing, and we are now ready to go here. Matthew Turner is going to start off the inning. Matthew Turner, Ethan Salinas, Gavin Shipp. That ball is hit.
Darian Brown gives chase. Ball is out of bounds, foul.
Cam now has the best viewpoint of anybody in the booth. He can see everything down the left field line. Yeah. Seen both home runs tonight by Ramon Ortega.
I wasn't on the call, though.
I know. I'm on the call. Still kind of sad, but you know what? I can go back and watch this on the Zap Network because it will be up.
And I want to say thank you to everybody that joined us tonight on the Zap Network for the call.
Jackson Turner, 0-1. Doesn't get the call there, 1-1. Jackson, we've seen him in a few relief outings this season, especially during tournament play. 1-1 from Jackson. Turner, and Jackson's going to get the call. Strike 2.
It's ahead on the count here.
Jackson doesn't get the call, 2-2. So Jackson Turner versus Matthew Turner, both starting the game at center field, both lead off for their teams. And now, get a meeting of the minds here. One's pitching, one's batting. 2-2 as Matthew's going to foul that ball back into the net.
Oh, we're actually on Landon Nelson.
Oh, I'm sorry, Landon Nelson.
You're right.
I thought I was doing right, all right? See what happens when you're at a bad angle here. The rain's been throwing my day off, all right? 2-2, sorry, to Landon Nelson. Matthew Turner's on the on-deck circle. As Landon's get the ball high, foul, out to the parking lot.
Looks like, coach down there is telling them you're swinging away. You're stepping out of in the bucket over here.
Jackson doesn't get the call there. 3-2 to Nelson. 3-2. Nelson's got a base hit back in the third, but he was out trying to stretch a single to a double. As that ball is hit to Ortega at first. He's going to keep it and do it himself. Done a lot himself tonight, and he's adding to it now with the 3 unassisted.
As we move to the top of the lineup here, you got Matthew Turner now.
Now Matthew Turner.
Absolutely stepping into the batter's box.
Turner's going to come back to bat. He has struck out twice tonight. He had a single, though, back in the third and a stolen base as the rain is coming sideways into our hut here. First pitch to Turner. This time I have the right batter.
You
Is
do,
a
that's
ball.
what I said, yeah. You on it, Jason.
I'm on my way. As that ball is on its way to a called strike. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. My wife is calling me here at 8:53. I believe my daughter's getting ready to go to bed. She's not feeling well.
Uh-oh.
1-1. That ball didn't feel well enough to cross over the plate for a strike. It's going to be a ball. 2-1. 2-1. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Yeah, Jackson's trying to finish this game. I'll get him a save here. It comes down to the last 2 outs for the Buffaloes.
2-2 count. Time's going to be called.
Coach Johnson gets some new balls in there.
I always wonder what the ball budget is for high school baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Often asked that question a few times this season. Somebody will answer me, I imagine, in the chat. Yadi Pagan's always listening. I know he's around. As the 2-2 looked at for strike 3 with the delay and everything.
Yeah, Matthew Turner stood there for a second like he didn't see it go right down the middle of the plate. That was unfortunate for him because that was a very good fastball right down the middle of the plate that Jackson threw for strike 3.
So one Turner's going to strike out the other. Matthew has 3 strikeouts tonight, while Jackson has 3 walks. One's getting on base, the other one's having a hard time not getting off the line. First pitch to the number 2 batter in the lineup, Ethan Salinas. We're down to their final out. Salinas looks at a called strike, strike 1.
Oh, no, he swung at that. That was a very good breaking ball low in the zone that he chased. As Jackson throws another one, super, super low.
Sorry, I'm here. I'm watching.
Oh, okay.
I'm enthused.
I see.
1-1.
You done got excited for the.
Salinas looked at that one there. 2-1.
You want him to finish it out. I get it. I'm excited for him too.
I thought he had looked at it. Okay, my brain was watching 2 different things.
Yeah, here's it.
2-1. That one he swings on and misses. Strike 2.
Yeah.
Down to what may be the final strike for the Haltom Buffaloes.
Yeah, Jackson's trying to end it with another K here.
As the 2-2, I'm coming. Foul, back into the net, do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Jackson's trying to get the save.
Salinas says, no, I'm going down. If I go down, I'm going down swinging, partner.
Going down with the ship. 2-2. Swung on, that ball's going to be hit. And fielded by the shortstop, fires over to first. That's going to pull Ortega off the mound. It's going to get past Ortega, who's going to have to chase after. Salinas is going to get all the way to second on the error from the shortstop, Vega. That is no bueno. No es bueno.
Well, you know, I seen him feel the ball, and when he felt the ball coming up the throw, his back foot slipped, and that's got to be due to the rain on this turf. That turf is a little bit slipperier, a little bit more slipperier than just your real grass.
It's not like playing on wet carpet, but that's kind of what they're playing on out there right now.
Which caused him to make an errant throw.
If you need to figure out what that's like, fans, just go to Rooms to Go, take a bottle of water, spray it on a rug, and see if you can slide on it. The number 3 man in the lineup, Gavin Shipp, started the game off at pitcher. Swings and misses there on the first pitch. Very back. That one, Jackson.
He had a big hit, though, back in the third. A single, give him an RBI.
0-1. Low, it's going to get away from Sanchez. Sanchez going to chase after it. Runner's going to scamper over to third. Now runners in scoring position. 1-1 count, 2 away.
This game out. Holding on to a 4-2 lead here with the man on third. As
we've already seen 2 balls go over the fence today, both from Ortega. 1-1. Shipp looks at that one. Pass by in the night. Strike 2. Shipp's passing in the night.
In the night.
In the night. Night sky down to the final strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. Shipp looks at the 2-1-2. Doesn't take an offer at it. 2-2. 2-2's everywhere. 2-run lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third. As Jackson's going to end the game on a strikeout, and that's going to do it here. The Volunteers are going to end this game with a win 4-2 over the Haltom Buffaloes, getting a sweep over the Buffaloes, going make the win streak 3. Makes next week all important now versus the Lamar Vikings. We're going to step aside. We'll be right back. We'll bring you a very brief John Wade Roofing post-game show as the rain's coming and we don't want our camera to get wet. So we'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Local Legends Figures immortalizes your athlete's achievements for a lifetime. Featuring 6-inch figures with poses in football, baseball, band, hockey, even lacrosse. Local Legends makes every effort to show their likeness down to every possible uniform detail. To order your custom figure, call 817-681-0319 or email orders at locallegendsfigures.com.
And we're back here at Haltom High School. The Volunteers get a all-important win over the Haltom Buffaloes to make it 4-2 to make next week a very important showdown for the Volunteers as they will take on the Lamar Vikings, who are trailing 5-0 to the Arlington Colts in the bottom of the 4th. This is the John Wade Roofing post-game show. Before I tell you about our stats, who we're going to give the player of the game to, let me tell you a little about John Wade Roofing and John Wade. John Sr. played for Arlington High. He was a team MVP in 1976. He also played for TCU and UTA, earning football all-conference honors and conference championship honors after a stint with the Houston Oilers. He started roofing in 1982 and never looked back. His legacy on the gridiron is now matched by his legacy the company has built in the community for over 40 years. So the next time you need roofing needs, gutter, painting, solar, or more, call a family that does more at 817-265-5520. Cam, final thoughts on this game?
Well, I mean, we said it was going to be a day for pitching, and Ortega, he went 6 and showed us 8 Ks. So that was actually a very stout performance on his behalf. And then, you know what I'm saying, he did something else very special. He hit 2 home runs that helped out his cause, and that was the difference here tonight.
Yeah, back-to-back Jimmy Jacks that Ortega did to extend to give his team the lead, and not only give his team the lead, extend the lead. His first home run gave them the 3-2 lead, and then the second home run extended the lead to make it 4-2 before Jackson Turner came in to get the save there. Got a little rocky at the end with the runner on third, but the game was never in doubt at that point. 4-2. Ortega did everything he could tonight. That's why he's going to be our player of the game with 2 home runs. He went 6 innings. He only gave up 2 runs, and he had 8 strikeouts of the Buffaloes. Meanwhile, the Buffaloes struggled. They had 11 total walks. 7 of those were hit by pitches. And the Volunteers are going to take their bruises and their black uniforms, but they're going to go home with a win, 4-2 over Haltom, setting up a big week next week versus Lamar for possibly the 4th spot in the playoffs.
That's going to be a big deal. So, you know, looking forward to seeing those guys go after it.
Anything else you want to add to this before we break it down here, Cameron?
Well, I'd just like to say I think that Coach Johnson coached a really good game. You know, they started out trying to manufacture some runs early. You know, they got a lot of players on base. You know, unfortunately, they didn't get to bring a lot of those around, but they did make some opportunities for themselves early, scoring those two runs early in the third, and then coming back and, you know, what you gonna do? You're gonna put it into your cleanup hitter's hands, and he sure delivered. So that's all I got to really say about it.
Yeah, like you were saying, they had left 9 men stranded on base all night. The Volunteers did, compared to Haltom 7. So it both teams had multiple chances to score and extend this game out. And the third inning kind of was the result of that. Bowie had a chance to make this third inning much like how Tuesday was. They ended up getting shut down at the very end of the inning with the bases loaded on a strikeout of Zion Sturgill. But they continued on. The pitching was great. The defense did everything they needed to do, and they got the win. And now they move to next week with on a 3-game win streak. Playing much better to end the season this year than they did to end the season last year on a team that made the playoffs. So you can take that momentum. The next 2 series, you have Lamar and South Grand Prairie. You got to win 3 out of 4. So here's your chance to do it.
Here's your chance to do it.
For producer Chaz, for Cam on my right, I'm Jason. My voice is good. My voice is here.
It's
Well,
good.
we're about to be gone.
We about
It
to
is
be gone.
time to go. This has been another production of Zach Arnold Productions, Bowie Volunteer Baseball. The Volunteers win 4-2 over the Haltom Buffaloes. The Colts lead 6-0 over at Arlington High.
Oh, they added another one.
And they added another one, and you can always tune into that on the Zap Network. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. We are on our way to 1,000. 1,000 does a lot more for us. But until then, we will see you on Tuesday, unless the rain hits, which is supposed to. We'll be signing off.
Look forward to you.
See you next time. See you next week.